I want to look at doubles on Rekenrek using a Make 10 strategy. So I'm going to assume that pupils have done work up to things like double 4. They can either count those or they can note that there are 10 red ones, and if there are 2 left over here and they know their number pairs for 10, then this must be 8. And then we go all the way up to double 5, 5 and 5 is 10. And what I'm really interested in is looking at numbers from 6 to 9 or 10. So here's a double 6. We could do that by counting all or counting on, or we can split this into parts. And the strategy I'm going to use here is make a 10. So I can see here that the 5 and 5 red ones always make a 10. So I've got a double 5 here and a double 1 here. So I've got a 10 and a 2. Now I wouldn't write all this down for pupils, but just to explain what I'm doing here. If I want to add 6 and 6, I've made that into a 5 and a 1 and a 5 and a 1. And then I'm using a Make 10 strategy. So I've got a 10 here, this becomes a 10, double 5 is 10, and a double 1 is a 2. So I'm ending up with 12. So I'm going to always make 10s in this strategy here. So suppose we get to double 7, so that's a 5 and a 2 and a 5 and a 2. Then if I separate those out, instead I get a double 5 which is 10 and a double 2 which is 4. So I've got 10 and 4 is 14. And then if I want a double 8, well an 8 is 5 and 3. So if I double it, I've got a double 5 which is 10 and a double 3 which is 6. So I'm making 16. So these are ways for children to learn what their doubles are instead of counting all or counting on, by using a Make 10 strategy, by splitting it up into 5 and then doubling 5 and doubling the and. Okay, that goes all the way up to say double 9, which is basically a double 5 and a double 4. So it's a 10 here and 8. So it's beginnings of place value where we're focusing on this always 10 and a number, looking at numbers as 10 and. So that's how you can do doubles all the way up to, of course, 10 and 10, which is 20. Or if you want to look at it this way, you've got 10 and 10, which is also 20.